Hey YouTubers, Ken Johnson Customs LLC. Today we will be disassembling a Nerf Rebel. Just kidding, today we are disassembling an FNX 40. The purpose for this disassembly is for a custom Cerakote job. We are factory certified by NIC Industries to apply Cerakote. This will be getting done in Sniper Gray and Burnt Bronze. If you are interested in Cerakote, you can log on to our website. I'll put a link in the description. You can also check us out on Facebook. I'll leave a link in the description to that as well. I'll probably leave a few links in the description just to help you maybe check out some of our other videos and whatever else. Okay, when you begin disassembling a firearm, you always of course want to check to make sure that it is safe for you to go ahead and proceed disassembling it. There's no magazine in the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and switch the weapon on safe. Check to make sure there's nothing in the chamber. If not, good. Cock it. Okay, so we're ready to begin. Alright, now that you know that it's safe, go ahead and lock your slide back. Keep it in place. Go ahead and swing this down. And click that, release your slide. Slides right off. Go ahead and pull out your recoil spring, spring guide, and barrel. Okay. This would be pretty standard for a field strip for your average cleaning, whatever else, but we're going to go ahead and completely disassemble this for the Cerakote. Okay, the sight press that I am using is a B&J Machine Incorporated. It is a P500 series. This sight press works very well. It's been doing all the firearm sights that we've been getting through our shop, and it works. It's been holding up. It's been doing really good. I would strongly recommend this sight press to anyone else. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start removing my rear sight, but before doing so, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know that there is a spring under there. The slide is milled out for pieces to be able to come out from underneath the rear sight. I apologize for all the background noise that is heard in this video. I am working in an active shop during business hours. There's a up-close view of underneath the rear sight. Alrighty, well, you can go ahead and just remove this piece out from underneath the rear sight. Got the spring out. There we go. Okay, so now go ahead, take I would suggest a brass punch because they're much softer and won't hurt things. Go ahead and push down your firing pin, okay? And then go ahead and pry this little plate up right here. Might need something to help you kind of pry on it if it's kind of stuck a little bit, like mine is. It's not coming out very easy. Okay, now once you kind of get it to the breaking point where it's going to be really easy, your firing pin's on a spring. It can pop out of place and shoot out of the slide, which you do not want to happen. Okay. Alright, so now you got your firing pin out of there with the spring. We've got the plate that kind of backs it. Alright, I'm pulling out your extractor. I'm going to go ahead and suggest using a small flathead screwdriver. This is the easiest way I have found to do it. I've tried pick tools, it just doesn't quite seem to be quite as easy. Push it in there, and then just try to turn that pin back and then pull up on it with your finger. Okay, so I just kind of turned the screwdriver like that to push it into its hole a little bit further, and at the same time it helps kind of lift the back of the extractor. That's just how I do it. Okay. Now that pin is on a spring, so it's probably going to want to hop on out of there, so just be real careful with it. Okay. And go ahead and get your spring and pins and out of there and everything. Okay. Now always be careful when you're pulling these parts out that you remember which direction they go and where they go. So take pictures if you have to help you remember. Okay, so that completes disassembling the slide. We'll be going ahead and starting on the frame. Go ahead and start with an easy part. You want to insert some sort of small tool and push down. It's kind of like a little bit of a leaf spring sort of thing that holds that in there. That actually slid off a lot easier than I was expecting. Okay, anyways, so when you're doing that, you're just pushing down this piece, okay? It's plastic, so it's not too tough. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and pull out our decocking safety. I'm going to go ahead and suggest that you go ahead and grab yourself a small pick tool and a small flathead screwdriver, okay? Now, there's two small holes. There's one here, and there's one up top that's pretty well in line with the one on the bottom. You need to insert your small pick tool, just pry out on it just a little bit. Don't pry too hard until you start on the top. I'm going to go ahead and insert that screwdriver just to kind of hold a little bit of tension on it, not too much. Okay. Then get into the top and pry on that hole. Okay. Oh man, this thing's stuck on there pretty good. Okay, there it goes. Okay. Get the camera to focus. You can see that there's that little spring stuff that's in there. Okay, now that you have the left side off, you can go ahead and push out the pin and the left side. Okay. Mine's sliding out pretty easy. Okay. Okay, so now that you've got that removed, you can go ahead and pull out your firing control, hammer, assembly, everything. Just be careful, there are little pieces in there. You don't want anything to get lost. And you're going to have to rotate this forward quite a bit to get it out from around the trigger bar. You may even feel the need to try to whiten, just kind of pry out on that just a teeny tad bit, okay? Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and remove these rails here in the back, okay? Now try to just remember the orientation of which they go in, left, right, front, back, what have you. It'd be nice if they had been labeled. Okay. Okay, we're going to go ahead and pull out our mag release. For this, I'd say use a pick tool. Going to reach down there, and we're going to go ahead and grab onto, I like to just grab onto the right side of the spring. For me, for some reason, I've just had good luck with pulling on that side versus the other side. Now, try to be careful when pulling this out. One, don't jab yourself with a pick tool. And two, try to get it to where you can see which direction the spring is inside there, so that way you can put it back in the same format. Okay. So actually, once I get it actually pulled all the way out of there, I will actually take a picture of it to keep for my own personal use. Okay? But that's the way that I had pulled it out, just like that. Okay, then the mag release button actually just pushes right out the side. Oakley Doklington. Okay, so there's a little, it's kind of notched here for a spring that helps hold your takedown pin in place. Go ahead and push down that spring to relieve the tension off of it, and slide your takedown pin out. Okay, so next we're going to go ahead and remove this piece here. We're going to use some high quality needle nose pliers to spread the frame apart slightly, just enough to where we can pull this piece out. Okay? This will install back this direction. Okay, now we'll go ahead and punch this pin out. I would suggest hammering on a nice block of some sort. So people are grinding and making it really noisy. Okay, try to be careful. You got that spring in there that holds your takedown pin. Okay. It's gonna come out. Your trigger. This piece, your trigger, come out. Okay. Alrighty, so now we're going to go ahead and pull out these other rails here. I'm going to suggest taking your needle nose pliers again. Just trying to do this and be real careful because you're working with a plastic frame, but it's relatively simple. It should really just slide out just like that. Okay? Now, at this point, I'm going to go ahead and take a picture of all these pieces laying out like this. I'll then know upon seeing those pictures that that's the direction that they go in there. Okay, now that completes our disassembly portion of the video. It's gonna now go ahead and continue on with the process of being Cerakoted.